We have seen how a goal sheet works, and that's by far the most important tool that we can use to get a scenario, a quick scenario case possible. Alright, what if I need to prepare a table and see at what values I get what results? How to do it? Let's take our base case example only. For XYZ Private Limited, 10 units sold at a selling price of 1 lakh, getting a profit of 2,40,000. Can I prepare a table? What if I need to just check? Let's say I sell 5 units, 10 I sold. Let's say I sell 15 units, I sell 20 units, I sell 25 units, and I sell 30 units. I need to know the profit at each of these units. One way to do it is to go to the table, manually enter 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and get the result. That's a one-time approach. You will have to do a Control Z every time. Another possible way is to use a data table. What is a data table? A data table will give you a scenario at each different variable. Let's assume that we would like to know the profit at each of these units. To prepare a data table, I will first link the profit here. I select the table, I go to data, I go to WhatIF analysis and I select data table. Now in row input cell and column input cell, I will have to leave the column input cell blank. Why? Because I do not need the data in a column. I need my data in this row. Hence, I will select the row input cell to be the output units. Why do I link it here? Because that's what we require to change every time. 5 units, 10 units, 15 units, and hence I need to link it. I press OK and I get the values. So what essentially data table does? Data table will take this value 5 and enter it here. If I enter 5 here, I should get a loss of 2,60,000. I'm getting a loss of 2,60,000. Then the data table comes to the next column. It selects 10 and places it here. It gives you whatever the result is coming. It takes 15 from here, puts it in the table and gives you the result. Let's take another example. Let's see, this time I have to compute the sensitivity on my selling prices. I need to see that what will be the desired profit at different levels of my selling prices. Suppose I am able to achieve a selling price of 50,000 in the market. Then if I achieve 1 lakh, if I achieve 1,20,000, if I achieve 1,50,000, if I achieve 2 lakhs, 2,50,000, and do this and compute this data in a column instead of the row. So the first step, I press is equal to, I link the profit. Why? Because that is the desired result I need in the respective rows. I select the table, I go to data, I go to WhatIF analysis, I go to data table. Row input cell or column input cell, guys. This time it's column input cell. Why? Because I need the data in this column. Output or selling price? Selling price. Because I am doing the sensitivity on selling price. Not in row input cell. In column input cell, I link selling price. I press enter. I get the result. Is it right? Do we actually get a loss of 2,60,000 if I am able to achieve 50,000 selling price? Let's check. I'll change the selling price to 50,000. Yes, I get the result. Loss of 2,60,000. Hence my data table is working correct. You might be wondering why I have received a highlighted figure here. That is because of conditional formatting. Let's say I select this cell. I go to Home. I select Conditional Formatting. I go to Highlight Cell Rules. I press is equal to. Now, it asked me to format cells that are equal to. I select the profit here. What I want is, whatever profit is in the table, that cell should be highlighted in my data table. Yeah, I press OK. Now, let's change the selling price to 1,50,000. I am getting 7,40,000 profit, and accordingly, the data table highlights 740 for me. Awesome. Now, let's add some complication to it. I know you guys are loving it, adding complications. So let's assume I need to check the results, or I need to check the sensitivity by changing both the number of units as well as the selling prices. How I will do it? Let's assume I have my units here and my selling prices here. What I need is, I need a profit at each of these levels. For example, 5 units with a selling price of 50,000. I need the level of profit here that I will get. 10 units at a selling price of 50,000. I need to get the result here. 10 units at a price of 2 lakhs. I need to get the result here. Hence, the first step, connecting what we require. We require the profits. We select the entire table. We go to Data. We go to WhatIF analysis. We select Data table. In row input cell, we select absolutely right, the output. In column input cell, we select the selling price. I press OK. It highlights the level of profit at each of the intersection. If I need to apply a conditional formatting here in order to better present the data, I go to Home tab, Conditional Formatting, Highlight Cell Rules, equal to, I connect the profit. It will automatically give me the level of profit at each intersection that is equal to the profit that is coming in my table.